Today we're going to talk about how to win the fight against wrong desires, because temptation hits us all, even when we're trying to do what's right. First, you're not alone. The Bible says in 1 Corinthians 10:13 that no temptation is unique to you. You can overcome it, and God is right there to provide the way for you. Even people like Paul struggled. At some point, we can all relate to what he says here in Romans 7:21. Let's take a look. When I wish to do what is right, what is bad is present with me. So feeling a wrong desire doesn't make you a bad person, it makes you human. Sometimes whenever we're dealing with wrong desires like temptation, we might feel hopeless or powerless during our fight. But should we even feel that way? Short answer is no. Satan wants you to feel powerless, and he wants you to think that God condemns you for having those desires. And that's why we need to remember scriptures like Philippians 4:13 when it says, I have strength for all of those through the one who gives me power. You're not powerless, you're equipped. Now, first things first of what you can do is not let sin rule over you. In Romans 6:12 it says, do not let sin rule as king in your mortal body. Temptation can appear, but you don't have to obey it. Don't let it rule as king over you. Don't act on it. And God understands our battle. Like it says in Psalms 13:14, he shows mercy to those who fear him. He remembers we're dust. He knows our sinful condition, and he's merciful to us, even though we have those thoughts. As long as we don't give into those sinful inclinations, we can have a clean standing with him. There's a difference between desire and practice. You may still have cravings because sometimes cravings are deeply engraved in us, but as long as you don't act on them, you can have a clean standing with God. No matter what wrong desire you're facing, you can overcome it, and you can practice self-control so you don't go back on it. So how do you actually win? Well, first things first, you need to point out your weaknesses and be honest with yourself. And then you need to watch out for false reasoning. Now, an example of false reasoning is minimizing the problem. This is only going to make it easier to give into temptation, so don't try to justify a wrong course. No matter how small it is, take responsibility for your actions. You also need to know when you're most vulnerable and anticipate it. Let's take a look at Proverbs 22:3. It says, the shrewd one sees danger and hides. So plan your escape before temptation hits. Also, keep examining yourself and testing yourself. In Psalms 101:3 it says, I will not set anything worthless before my eyes. Wrong desire does not define you. Your choices do. And God sees every prayer, every attempt to fight your wrong desires. So remember, you're not alone. And remember Philippians 4:13. You can win this fight, and God is right there with you throughout your entire journey. And if this helps anybody at all,